this video tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how to set up a conversion which tracks button clicks on your site. Now, this can be extremely useful if you are using third-party software to take donations or place forms on your site, or anything which is done in a third-party application. So in essence, it's going to take the user away from your site to complete that action. Now, whilst we cannot track the completed action because it is carried out on a third-party site, we can track the intention to click through to make that final conversion. So let's go ahead and set that up. So I'm going to come over to the conversion screen just through the tools and settings icons, clicking conversions here and creating a new conversion. This is going to be a website conversion. So we're going to select that. And then in category, I'm actually going to select this as outbound click. And I'm going to do this, and another key thing where this may be useful is interaction when you're asking people to follow you on social media, so it takes them to your social media accounts. So here we're going to call this Facebook link click, but you could term this whichever the button relates to on the site. We're not going to use a value for the conversion. We're going to track the first interaction only. And as per the previous conversions, I'm just going to set these both to the maximum. So 90 days on that one, and the view through conversion window as 30 days. We are going to include in conversions for the moment, so we'll leave that as yes, and leave the attribution model as last click. I'm going to create that and continue. Let's just put that in there. Okay, create and continue. So now we're going to use the Google Tag Manager. So select that option, and again then we've got our conversion ID and our conversion label. So let's go over to Tag Manager and get it all set up there. So we're going to add a new tag to start with, and we're going to call this Facebook link clicks. And in the tag configuration, we're just going to click that and we're going to select Google Ads conversion tracking. And then we're just going to grab these two pieces of information that we need from here. So we've got the conversion ID and we've got the conversion label. So let's add those in. We don't need to select anything else on this screen for now, but we do need to set up our trigger. So let's click into that and walk you through how to do that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create a new trigger. And again, we're just going to name it the same. You'll see that I've done that a lot. It just makes it so simple to identify which trigger relates to which tag. So link clicks. Okay. And so when we click into the tag trigger configuration, we want to select this one here, all elements. So let's select that. Now we don't want it to fire on all clicks, we only want it to fire on some clicks. So let's put that there. And then our click URL contains, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go across and grab our Facebook URL, and I'm just going to add that in there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off the first part because it contains. So any click URL, so anywhere where somebody clicks and that URL contains this particular information, it's going to fire on. So let's just save that, and we will come across and save this one. And then let's head over to our tag assistant to make sure it's working. So let's hit the preview button there. And it's just going to tell us that it is connecting to our site. So let's just wait to make sure that's connected. Excellent. So we can see here that we're connected, and we can see that we've got in the tags not fired the Facebook link clicks. So let's go over to our page and let's make sure that that is working. So I'm just going to refresh that really quickly just to make sure that it is where we need it to be. And then we can see that I've set up this join our Facebook community in a big button here. And so when I click that, we're now going to see that it has tracked. So that tag has fired, and that conversion will now be showing in our Google AdWords account. So that's fantastic. Let's go back to Tag Manager and let's just submit those changes and publish them through so that they are now recording in our AdWords account. And as I mentioned, this is a really key conversion methodology for any conversions that you've got taking place which are off-site. So if you're taking somebody to your Facebook page, your Instagram page, if you're taking them to donation software which you're using, if you're taking them to a third-party shop site, or even a Google form, any of that, this is a really great conversion that you can use just to be able to track that intention of going over to make that final action.